Let me know if the thing... it should be good, but if it starts, like, lagging or skipping or whatever the freaking game capture likes to do. All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the penultimate week of HRL IndyHog. Feels kind of crazy saying that, but it is week 14, or I guess if you want to count the week off, week 15, round number 14. Gateway here. So Gateway, of course, being Slaunch's third track in the schedule, his second one that he made specifically for this season. So we raced Long Beach, literally the first race, which was the first one that he made for this season. Then we raced Road America, which wasn't specifically made for IndyHog, but it's the one track that we carried over. Road America was in the middle of the season. And now, many weeks later, Slaunch just has tracks spread all throughout the schedule, I suppose. Right here, practically at the end, we've got Gateway. So Gateway's been done for a while. It's a track that we've been looking forward to. He's done some testing to it, balance testing, and seeing how the lines work out. And we'll see how it works out during the race. But from what I've seen in the testing, it's another one of those that I think should be pretty good. The way that it runs and the way it kind of reminds me of Milwaukee Mile a bit. That'd be the closest thing to it in the schedule, I'd say. This one's obviously a bit of a different shape, though. You can kind of see that third turn 3 and 4 a lot longer. 1 and 2 a lot tighter. Banking a little bit different in them too, but that's probably the closest comparison. I think 3 and 4 on here is like fairly similar to Milwaukee Mile, just a bit different. But yeah, that's probably the closest comparison, but still a bit different. It's the nice thing about the schedule. All the tracks, their own unique aspects to them. But let's go through the starting lineup. So the heat winners, of course, right to left, it's going to be Luke and Slaunch, and then Soul, Fireball, Elite, Detail, Hunter, Roman, Camby, Armada, and running out the field is going to be Coop. Did he switch up the secondary color? Did he? Kind of looks different to me. I don't know. But yeah, so anyways, heat races are going to be, feature race going to be 40 laps, 81 on the checkpoint. The heat races were 15, if you're curious. Green flag, so I should have brought that up at the beginning, but notable aspect of this track, we saw this at, I don't remember which track it was, but one of the earlier tracks in the schedule as well. The starting line is not the finish line. There's also a starting line on this one, so I kind of got taken by surprise there at the start as well, because I totally forgot about that, not gonna lie. Even though I just did the race, I literally forgot myself. Oh! And that gives us a good opportunity. So that's going to be the first caution. Well, I know what happened here, but that'll give us a good opportunity to reset. So it didn't really matter that much anyways. Immediate caution in this one. Right here, these blue lines, first blue line, that is the go line. That is the go line. So speeding up here, it's still going to count. Not going to be a restart or anything, but there was a crash. Detail gets hit with a black screen. You could see it right there. Or right, no, not quite right there. Just completely out and wreck him, Fireball. A couple other drivers might have made contact right there, and he's just stuck driving into the wall. So, unfortunate, but I guess you could say best... I mean, you can't really argue it. Best time for that to happen other than, like, under caution, I guess. Literally on the first lap. So, kind of sucks losing that track position, but if you're going to do it, I always say this for the oval races whenever there's early cautions like that affect people. Definitely the best time for it to happen in the race is, like, right there, lap 1. So, obviously not ideal, but not too bad. So that's gonna switch up the field a little bit. Fireball, Detail going to the back, and most of the field looks pretty similar. So Luke and Slaunch lead him down again, and again, there you go. You got a better look at it that time of that starting line. I think it was Road America actually. So funnily enough, another Slaunch track. I think Road America had a early starting line. There might have been some other ones too. There probably was, but pretty sure Road America was one of them. Nice, basically 4 wide. Middle, it's going to be close with the screen lag right there, but should be a 4 wide. That actually is Detail on the inside, so he must have made up a lot in 1 and 2 that we didn't quite see, but we're seeing it there. He's made up a lot of ground already. That's from last to top 5, actually. Going to be going to 5th. Big outside run right there. I think that was Slaunch trying to work that outside. Battle for a second, trying to bring it back to Luke's inside. We might have a lead battle here, so we have an intense 3 wide, maybe 4 wide battle. Oh my god. Lot to watch on track right now. Mid-pack, nice 4 wide battle there. And for the lead, Luke's going to have a bit of a gap, but we have a flip from Armada. Let's take a look at a quick replay, see what happened there. I don't think it was caution worthy. I don't think he dismounted. Let's go ahead and see that quick. Just a little too much on the inside barrier. Flips. Nobody makes contact with him, though. No dismount. And funnily enough, no one made contact with him either, so no caution on that. Actually keep going green there. So tough break for Armada. On the bright side, he didn't lose that much time. He really didn't lose. I mean, he's right there with that 3 wide, so didn't lose that much time, but not the greatest. And detail on a big charge. I mean, we saw not the initial like 3 positions that he took, but we did see that other 4 wide and worked his way to the top 5. And now this is moves on Slaunch and Hunter for podium. So that's crazy. I mean, we're only a few laps into this restart, and already going from last to potentially top 3 here. Top 3, of course, not referring to the famous series featuring Clat and myself. But yeah, so making a big run there. Hunter and Slaunch not giving up on it, though. Hunter with a big dive. And that's going to bring Hunter potentially to the 2nd place battle, but Detail with a big run on the exit. Look at this racing here. That was pretty sweet. Hunter's huge inside dive on entry. Detail's big inside drop on exit. And some outside runs. Slaunch is going to make it work to the inside. We're seeing some pretty sweet racing. And this is what I like about this track is that the insides are pretty strong. Don't get me wrong, like the insides are pretty strong. But the nice thing that I like about this track is that even if, as we have a literal 4 wide for 2nd, watch how this plays out here. Oh, nobody going for the very outside. Soul goes for almost like a slide job-ish type move. And Slaunch gets the best run out of that. But Detail gets a great run down the backstretch as well. Brings it back to the inside. Great battling here. This is awesome to see. Some really good 4 wide action there, but it settles out a bit. Now going to be maybe a slight battle there between Fireball Camby and Roman. But what I was saying is, what I like about these types of tracks, so I could say the similar thing with Milwaukee Mile, is that even though, and you'll notice like the inside, probably like the preferred line, even though there's some different ways to take it on 3 and 4. 3 and 4 has a lot of line variety, I'll say. I like both the corners, but I specifically really enjoy 3 and 4 on this track. I think it's the big attraction here, in my opinion. I think that corner's pretty freaking sweet. There's a lot of different approaches you can take into 3 and 4, a lot of different ways you can manage it and find speed, and it's really cool. I love 3 and 4 on this track. But even if the inside is like the fast line, and even if it's the preferred line, it's not the only line, and it's not the only line that you should use. And even if you are running the inside, like even in turn 1 and 2, for example, sometimes you'll just hit that perfect apex. Sometimes you want to try to hit a dive, try to hit the cylinder on the inside, aggressive dive. Sometimes you actually want to go a little bit wide, see if you can get a crossover on the person in front of you. Like there's different ways you can approach it even in running the inside. And then when you decide to run the full outside, which we will see some people do in different situations, that full outside is the slower line overall, but it can give you some insane momentum, and you can make passes work in 3 and 4. The exit speed running the inside, as Detail is showing us right now, perfect timing. The exit speed when you set up the outside on 3 and 4 is really strong, and he's going to make it work into a double pass here. So even if the outside isn't the preferred line like the whole way around, it can still set you up for passes. It can set you up to defend positions, can set you up for different moves. It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. So I mean, Slaunch could, if we do want to race this in the future, he could make some slight adjustments, but if he doesn't want to, I mean, I honestly don't think it's bad. Like this type of track is pretty cool. It's always nice seeing an oval like this where, again, even if there's a preferred line, there's still reasons, right? It's not like there's no reason to run the outside. It's not like the outside's useless. Far from it, actually. As, again, we see Slaunch fighting back on Soul here, trying to use the outside. Maybe some draft action coming out of them as well. But interestingly, Slaunch not going for that major outside there in 1 and 2. Just tries to stick with Soul, probably because of the draft, trying to make the draft work. So I need some hydration, so we're going to go on board with Slaunch for a bit. Let's see what he's up to here. Oh, yeah, I needed that. Okay, so update on the race. So we are almost halfway through. Let's take our not sponsored by chicken tenders mid-race report right here. Not any specific brand chicken tenders, just chicken tenders in general. Not sponsored. So going through the pack, we've got Luke in the lead. Second is now Detail. Third is going to be Soul. And then fourth, we see Slaunch. Fifth is Hunter. Sixth, Camby. Fireball. Seventh, Roman. Eighth. And looks like Elite, ninth. And then, wow, Coop and Armada really close in 10th and 11th as well. So there is your not sponsored by Chicken Tenders mid-race report. As, again, not going to be halfway this time by, but next time by, we'll be halfway through this first moto at Gateway. That initial caution with the black screen, but ever since then, been pretty clean. Still has been some good battles as well, though. Not like there's been single wide the whole way. It's starting to work out that way a bit here, but not like it's been that way the whole race, as we see Fireball utilizing what I was talking about. And you could see, like, he just carries that momentum just all the way down the backstretch. Like, he was just gaining on Roman just the whole way. And yes, he loses the position, but, you know, Roman already had the position anyways, and it gave Fireball a lot of momentum. And interestingly enough, he's going to decide to stick with it. And you can see right there, loses all that space. Look at how much track position he lost, but look at how much he gets back on the exit. And the thing that's important to remember with that is that, you know, when it's single wide, sure, and you see he's got the line in 3 and 4, that's going to help him out there. When it's single wide, yeah, sure, like that outside won't be as strong. But when there's a battle going on, or when it's a restart and people are shuffling around and stuff like that, again, similar to Milwaukee Mile, I would say, because I think it kind of had a similar thing where the outside could actually have some use in those types of situations. But yeah, when people are like shuffling around or running different braking points in front of each other, or trying to slide job each other, trying to get in front of each other, trying to hit the cylinder on the inside, getting forced into the rocks, what have you, whatever it is, you know, not running the ideal inside line, that outside can give you a lot of speed and momentum and potentially actually gain you some ground and maybe even get the position. So I quite like how it works out. And then the underrated aspect of it too, and Fireball is kind of showcasing it here for us in this battle with Roman, is how that momentum can carry over into 3 and 4. So it kind of looks like your momentum stops at the end of the straightaway, but that's not necessarily the case. Like, depending on the entrance line into 3 and 4, it doesn't end there. Like, you can keep the momentum up and keep it going into 3 and 4. And yeah, that outside in 1 and 2 can set you up for a move that happens literally on the other side of the track, which is really cool. That being said, Roman now getting a nice gap on Fireball. So let's take a look at our new closest battle. Soul starting to make something work here. We're well over halfway. So Soul now working his way into second place, but Detail looked like with a crossover there. So we have a new battle approaching here. Battle for second place. And as you can see at this point, Luke's pretty checked out for the lead, so it's going to have to be either possibly some draft teamwork action from Detail and Soul, or some caution action. This is a pretty big gap to make up, especially when they're battling for a bit there. So we'll see what they decide to do if they do go for a draft in this situation, or as always, we'll be on the lookout for the caution in the second half of the race if that does end up happening. We have seen some oval races this season go green the entire way, or just have like super long runs of green flag. So it wouldn't be too surprising if that continued here. But you never know. You really never know. That being said, I mean, it has been... We've had a lot more of it in IndyHog, I would say, though. Like, yes, there's been some cheese in oval races too, but I mean, we have to have like some of the best green flag runs in oval racing that we've had in a minute in this series, I would say. Soul still keeping it close behind Detail, not losing out on too much there. Yeah, just like about a hog length between them. Just making sure that Detail doesn't stop thinking about him behind him, doesn't run, you know, make sure he can't run like his ideal line. Has to at least worry about Soul. Slaunch kind of in no man's land right now. Hunter defending the spot from Camby here, which could maybe, you know, depending on how hard Hunter defense can be here. That could maybe open up the door for Roman and Fireball that are still battling. We see Fireball going for a move there. And yep, Camby maybe getting the inside on Hunter. So yeah, that battle's still going on. Few mid-pack battles going down. Definitely want to watch these, because if that caution does happen, I mean, with these two battles on track, you'd think this would probably likely be where it would occur, I would say. This is like where we have the most action on track. So keep an eye on this. And it is closing. Well, Camby did lose a bit on Hunter there, to be fair, but now the gap between Camby and Fireball and Roman is really closed, and Hunter's not too far in front. So yeah, this is looking like a four-way battle now, very shortly, possibly. As we, yeah, so over, what, 75% of the way through this race. So not much time remaining. If anybody wants to make any moves, assuming there's no caution, they should probably try to get on that now. And that's one of the funny things, right? That's one of the weird things about the oval racing. Like, you get into a position like this, you know there's not that much time remaining. You know if you want to make spot, like, you have to go, right? You know that. But that mindset could force you into that caution, right? It could kind of inspire that to occur. As Fireball and Camby, wow, they really ran away from Roman. They definitely got the draft cheese figured out. Is this it? Oh, it could be it on that. We'll see. I'm not sure if that one will be called, but we'll see. Oh, lag cheese. Maybe that'll force something. They're not too bad so far. Oh, that, though, was a pretty cheesy force into the wall. That other one, I imagine, probably wasn't called caution because it was a little too close, but this one probably will. Hunter trying to defend the spot from Fireball. And just so close, almost leaves him just enough room, but, and whatever that, maybe that piece that's like slightly, well, I mean, that's just kind of part of the wall too, I don't know. But either way, I mean, you can see his tire ramping on it. But either way, it's going to get Fireball into the wall, and yeah, definitely think he was forced in there. Into a barrel roll of a flip. So if I had to guess, I would say that'll probably be caution call here. If it wasn't already. Oh, maybe the other one already was, because they're stopping on the backstretch. Maybe it already was. Either way, we have the stoppage. Either way, we end up in the same spot. So here we are. Let's take a look at the choose roll, because things are getting spicy. We've had few battles developing throughout the race, but now it's crunch time. Now it's crunch time. We go into, it's just super long green flag run, go into a caution restart with 6 laps to go, which of course always, begs that question that final caution could bring out the end of the race. It's always something to think about here. So let's see what the lineup ends up being. So it's going to be Luke, Soul, Detail, Hunter, Slaunch, Camby, Roman, Elite, Fireball, Coop, and Armada after the choose has been decided. So here we go, 6-lap shootout potentially, unless there is another early caution at Gateway. Pretty solid race so far. Potentially exciting ending here. And green flag. They bunch into turn 1. We have one driver going for the way high side in the back there. Most drivers sticking to the inside and middle. So we go through 3 and 4. This is where things can get spicy. Maybe a lead battle brewing here. A 3 wide for third as well. 2 wides all throughout. Great battles here to the end. Here comes some big outside lines. A lot of them. A lot of drivers going for it here late. Interesting. Okay. In the restart scenario, switching it up. Seeing a lot more super high side in 1 and 2. Oh, no! That's absolutely going to be a caution. Let's get a better view. Okay. Well, we'll be filibustering for a little bit. But we'll get a better view on that one and see how that occurred. You gotta love that. I still love the MCC Theater single tap into quadruple tap. Love it. Gotta love it. But while we prepare for seeing what happened there, I'm pretty sure they didn't run enough laps. I'm pretty sure we'll have another caution restart. Don't think that'll be it. And we're going to go on Fireball's POV because I'm pretty sure that it's Fireball that we saw was the one that, mainly wrecked and flipped and tumbled there. So we're going to stay on his POV, and I'm pretty sure it's not this first lap. Yep, so we're going to fast forward through this one, and we're going to see what occurs for Fireball. As, again, I'm pretty sure it's him. We're going to see what happens for him here on this second lap of the restart, if it was him. It could have been Slaunch as well. Might have been Slaunch. Okay, you know what? I think it is Slaunch. All right, so here we go. And yeah, Slaunch going for a line that he added into this track himself, a full send, as you could expect from Slaunch, a full send risk line where you dive these cylinders to the inside of 3 and 4, and it can get you a draft that can also absolutely cheese you. And this was basically a full send for this is the I want to still be in the championship, I gotta go for it move, so I gotta tip it personally. This is kind of what he has to do at this point. And so he full sends it, Dukes a hazard. You can see it right there. No tires on the ground at this moment. And just lands into the 2-wheel in front of Hunter. And what he's hoping to do is save it and keep it on the ground, but unfortunately he just can't get the tires on the ground. And you could see them stop for a moment there. He tried, and it just gets into a bigger flip and just there into the wall. And another one too. Oh my god. Oh! Okay, please don't. Please don't. Okay. Let's take another fast look, and we'll see the second crash as well. Fireball and Elite. And Elite's the one. Oh! Brutal. Brutal. So, well, I mean, one of them was kind of caused by the other one, but 2 separate, caution incidents there. And we'll take a look at the race to the line. And the lead battle was getting hot while I was going down, and it's a close race to the line. Luke will get it on the outside, then Detail. Soul, Roman, Fireball, Armada. Oh my god. It looks like, I don't know, whichever way they call it is fine, because this is so insanely close in theater, but it looks like Coop, then Slaunch, then Hunter, Camby, and Elite getting the short end of the stick there, unfortunately. But yeah, absolutely a caution on that one. That was a super caution. No ifs or buts, no debate on that one. And we'll line them back up. Choose rule will go in. Let's take a look at our lineup again, because this will 100% be the final caution restart as, well, if it happened on the first lap, yeah, this will for sure be the final caution restart. So somehow these type of situations keep happening. Not a perfect green-white checkered, but it will be 3 laps to go when they hit the line. It's going to be Luke, Roman, Detail, Fireball, Soul, Coop, Armada, Slaunch, Hunter, Camby, and Elite. And so many different stories here. Slaunch now way in the back. He needs these points. He needs to make some insane moves. Detail in the second row right there could absolutely use a win right now. If Luke got a win, it could potentially lock it out. Lots of different storylines for the championship. Green flag and 3 to go. You can see Slaunch already trying to make something happen to the outside. We'll see if it does. Massive dives, a flip. A flip, but they keep going. They keep going. I think they call it green. A 5 wide down the backstretch. Unbelievable racing on that first lap. Here we go. 2 to go. The lead battle opens up again. Luke going to the high side again. Dives on the inside in the mid-pack there from Fireball. Soul trying to protect it. I think Roman has now worked his way into 3rd. Battle for the front has opened up, and it looks like it's going to be between those two. Roman kind of in no man's land. A lot of battles through the mid-pack. White flag last time around. Oh my goodness. Detail with a much better inside run. This time around, it's going to be the battle for the win. Inside for Detail, outside for Luke. Into the last corner. Crossover coming in. Super close, defending to the line, and Detail in the final moments is going to take it. Luke's second. Roman barely holds on to 3rd. And a lot of those other positions settling out. We'll go take a look at the line one more time. Crazy finish to this gateway. Moto 1. Detail, Luke, Roman. As you can see right there. Soul had a good run of it. Soul 4th. Fireball 5th. Camby 6th. Armada 7th. Hunter 8th. Slaunch 9th. Coop 10th. And Elite bringing up the rear in this one with that unfortunate late crash. Look at that battle one more time. Another classic last lap to the end oval finish. The oval, yeah, the Hog oval season might go hard. I might have to start lobbying. Like, these finishes have been crazy, but one more time at the final run of the corner. Great race out of everyone. Those late race cautions definitely spicing it up, although there's some good battles all throughout the field as well. Beforehand in that long green flag run. And yeah, great race to everyone. Showing out here at Gateway. Always appreciate that. But one more time, I'll go through as well. Detail, Luke, Roman, Soul, Fireball, Camby, Armada, Hunter, Solange, Coop, and Elite. There you go. Run them down in the order. So hope you guys enjoyed that. That was another great, like, just the oval races just keep delivering. How many, like, bad oval motos have there been this season? Like, I feel like there really haven't been that many. And then just the ones that are great are just insane. So yet another one delivers here in this Moto 1. Just crazy finish here. Congrats to Detail on the win, and a big win at that. It's going to spice up the championship. Keep that alive. Slaunch, on the other hand, in 9th. That's not going to help him out there. Definitely going to be a mulligan, so he's going to have to try to rebound in Moto 2. The top 3 championship storylines continue, and that other season-long battle of Roman and Soul, 3-4, see a little bit of that there, along with those other mid-pack battles too. So all those storylines coming into play as we'd expect here at the end of the season. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and see you for Moto 2.